So Jay Prince posted a video, and we're going to show that in a little bit, but it was in response to words that Offset had for him after hearing what he had to say on $1 Million Worth of Game. And I'm just going to say some of what Offset said was true, that a phone call could have settled all of this. But I'm going to play a couple clips of what he had to say.
Offset dude, I ain't going to leave him out. I'm just real like this, because, be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? I don't like them kind of individuals, and I got people everywhere, so I hear all kinds of things. I'm going to just say this to you. Don't never put me in no position where, I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you. And, I have to say that. But it's $1 million worth of game. I ain't going to throw rocks and hide my hand. I'm going to just let it be known, to him, because I hear what's being said. And it's all love after that. Peace.
And that was just a snippet of what he had to say. But I'm just wondering how you start a bunch of bull and air it out on a podcast like $1 Million Worth of Game and then say it's all love after that. Like, especially when you could have made a call to this man to hear for yourself. I know Jay Prince got his ear to the street, but to start this type of back and forth over he say, she say, it don't look good. And then this is how lives end because of miscommunication. But I'm going to play you a quick clip of what some of Offset had to say.
And if you heard something from me, I'm going to tell you it's going to come from me. Call my phone. Y'all going off of he say, she say. Then y'all supposed to be, this is who y'all supposed to be. And y'all interviews and it out on an interview. Talking about, I said, then call my phone, homie. You call my phone, we'll have a conversation. Then what I'm talking about, all that internet guys.
And so that's some of what Offset had to say. As you imagine, he went hard in the paint in response, but I feel like it's warranted though, because this could have been settled with a phone call. You understand? And it's just unfortunate to see this back and forth brewing like this over something that could be simple misunderstanding. But here's the response that Jay Prince had to what Offset said.
Yeah. Beautiful day. Beautiful day to hang out in the backyard and just reminisce over all the blessings that came from up above. So I don't know why people are mad about the blessings the Creator blessed me with. Y'all need to get to know the man that own all the blessings.
I'm going to let the video finish in a second, but I don't think he's mad at your so-called blessings. And I'm going to elaborate on what I mean by that in a second. But I think he's mad that you're going on interviews, publicly stirring up and creating a beef over something that you heard that's hearsay. And then I just think that's the reason that he's this upset right now.
Quit hating the people that's blessed. You know what I mean? Quit being mad. Don't be mad at somebody. You got to be mad at God. That's who blessed me. John the Party. Peace out. Prince Ranch.
But now that he done came and started up a bunch of mess, now he want to be all peaceful and serene and godly. And this is the thing that I meant by so-called blessings. It's like, how do we keep attaching God's name to the stuff that we do in the street and call it blessings? Like, I don't know how Jay Prince got his money, but I know the musical empire that he has built. It is what it is. It's a business, but it isn't a godly business. And I don't think that's hard to see from anybody that listens to music over the years. It's not a godly business. So it's funny to me how, I mean, that's like if a dope dealer sold a bunch of dope, wrecked the neighborhood with the crack and all of that, got everybody cracked out, and right? And then just walk around talking about how the blessings of God is just upon him. Now, don't get me wrong. God blesses the just and the unjust. But I think it's a difference in that and then putting God's name on every crack vial and pipe that you sell. You understand what I'm saying? And in the instance of music, it's difficult for me to understand how someone can place God's name on something that spews so much ungodly things. And then in a lot of cases, straight satanic things, like just straight Satan worship. So it's like to then say that that has equaled you to be blessed by God, it's murky water for me. I think you did well in the business lane, and Satan probably has something to do with the amount of money you have amassed doing satanic things. But outside of that, man, back to the Jay Prince conversation that we was having, it's unfortunate to see these brothers going back and forth over something where a life was lost and then potentially starting more beef that could lead to more lives being lost. I don't even really understand why Jay Prince would say this, but he worded it in a way in which he could be protected, where he said, don't put me in a corner where I have to defend myself. But it just, why even get on a platform and say any of that, alluding to the fact that some violence might occur in this back and forth situation? You're shining the light. It's just like it's not like this situation, but it brings me to think of YSL and Young Thug and 21 Savage and his recent comments with somebody arguing on Clubhouse, which this was way more egregious, and they arguing over how many people getting shot and this, that, and that. It's just ridiculous. Because clearly 21 Savage didn't learn from the YSL, Young Thug, and Gunner situation that's going on with them using lyrics to prosecute these guys in court. But Jay Prince was smarter in the way that he worded what he was trying to get across. But I think it was no need for that to even be got across if you had took the things that you were hearing, made a phone call, hey brother, sit down, let's meet up. Sometimes a phone call don't do it. Sometimes it do you better to go sit face to face and look a man in the eye and see what their body language is, what their words are, what their intentions are. You know, just sit down and have a conversation to get an understanding. Ain't nothing like communication to get an understanding. And I think that should have been the path to fix this matter, rather than taking a path of getting on an interview, talking about this, and starting some more bull, you know? But hey, it's just my 2 cents, man. I'm getting tired of seeing brothers going back and forth. Yeah, we all gravitate towards the drama and we listen to it and we click on it. But it's unfortunate to see people going back and forth like this, especially our young black brothers or black people in general. I know Jay Prince older and Offset younger, but just unfortunate to see us as black folk so ready to do violence upon each other. You know, it's just kind of getting repetitive and old to me, and we need to try to do the best we can to break this cycle. But this is your boy P Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think.